Oh, we're live. Awesome. Hi guys, and welcome back to AmandaMuse. I'm Amanda, and today is a special video. First of all, it's live, which is awesome, and we were having some technical issues. Just get to that in a minute. But I also have some awesome guests. So I have Nikki right here.
Hello.
And she has a channel, HealthNet Nutrition. Tell us a little bit about what you do over there.
So my channel is basically a healthy food and lifestyle channel. We talk about food, balance with food, tips on living a healthy lifestyle, and then we also vlog lots of behind the scenes too. So it's a little bit of everything.
Yes, and in terms of like food stuff, I find that people like to categorize it. So would you say you're plant-based, or how would you categorize your food?
Yeah, so my channel is a little bit different. I don't necessarily fit into a box. I always just say it's kind of balanced, healthy eating. So there's gluten-free, there's vegan, there's kind of something for everybody. I do eat meat, so it's always, I think people always think I'm vegan.
They assume that it's got to be a vegan channel, because I find like that's what a lot of channels are. So I like that though, just like a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, like I like my veggies, but I'm not vegan. So, but I have a ton of vegans that follow my channel. So it's a good mix of everything. So I welcome everybody from all the food boxes.
And she's doing vlogs now, I've noticed. So
yeah. Every Friday. You're a busy girl.
Awesome, busy. And then I have Cheryl here, and her channel is Simply Share. Now Cheryl comes from like TV land and does a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but tell me a little bit what you do on your channel.
Well, my channel is basically all about decor, DIYs, and pretty much anything that I'm interested in. So travel, wellness, and I'm actually going to move into wellness more so this year.
Right on.
And I think it's just all about, your life experiences, and I get to try all these cool things, totally separate from my day job, which is always interior design, and it just allows me to be free.
When you do DIYs and things, I'm always like, why can't I come up with that? Like my brain is not programmed for a DIY. I'm so like inspired and I used to be, I'm like, that's so good.
You gotta come over.
I know.
DIY.
I know. Your
and
house looks,
food.
I've seen it on social media. Your house looks so pretty. We've
Oh
been
my gosh.
planning a sleepover party. You should come too.
This is it.
Yeah.
Now that people have trickled in and a little bit about my guests, I do want to let you know a big thanks to Walmart Canada and Interact for sponsoring today's video. So you guys know I've had a partnership with them for the last few months, and we've been working on lots of fun things, as have these two.
Yes.
And what brings the three of us together is that we actually participated in the show Upstairs Amy, the web series. All three of us did.
Yes.
We were like actors behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, yes.
It was so much fun.
It was really fun. And so I thought today we could talk about a little bit what that experience was like, talk about the show, because, side note, today was the very last episode of the 20 series episode, the 20 episode series. So it was the last episode, which, by the way, did you watch it, ladies?
Yes. What a journey.
Cliffhanger.
What? Why are they doing that to us?
Why you do that to me? Yeah. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and then touch on certain themes of the show. The show talked about all sorts of, motherhood elements, being having friends, having female friends, and all sorts of little things in between. So that's what we're doing today. I do want to say hello to some people. I see Annette here. Hello from Holland. And Iram from Boston. Hi, Jessica. I'm so glad you're here. Yay.
All over.
Veronica, catching a live. I know, we sort of started live there a few minutes ago, and then it was like technical issues.
I know.
So bear with us. We're on like a fancy set with nice light.
I know.
So
I feel like I'm sunbathing. Yeah.
it's very nice and warm.
Yes.
That was a little cold this morning out there. So, so we're talking about all sorts of things. But I think maybe the first thing we should do is talk about the show itself. So I'll just give you a little heads up in case you've missed it. How dare you? There is a card you can click on later to watch all the episodes. But basically, to like summarize the show, Amy, main character, has a husband and a young child, and her apartment floods, and so they need to like move upstairs, hence the name of the show. But in the process, she kind of takes on this like new job and decides to sort of change her identity to fit a new mold. She meets an interesting neighbor, a very mysterious Kavya, and then the story unfolds and talks about a lot of different things, a little mystery, a little bit of everything. So was there any particular character in the show that you guys related to? Did you find?
Oh my gosh. It's so funny. I wanted to be Kavya. I really wanted to be
Kavya was like the mystery.
You almost have her hair.
I think I'm wearing something that she would wear as well. So I'm trying to channel Kavya.
Embodying her.
But I'm not.
She's
Amy.
way cool. Are you Amy?
I think I'm Amy.
I feel like Veronica is so funny, and I feel like I have some friends that are like Veronica, which I'm really happy about. But I do think like same thing. Amy's just like very relatable, and I can totally relate to. Maybe I haven't like moved upstairs to a new apartment and reinvented and lied about what I do for a living. Although sometimes, because I don't always say that I'm a YouTuber, but I think I can relate because like whether you're starting, like think about when you're starting a new job, or you're meeting new friends, it's like you have that chance to be like, maybe I'm gonna just kind of reinvent yourself, not necessarily like lie completely like Amy did, but
Right.
like, you know, maybe just, you know, you have a fresh new start. And sometimes you always think about like, anything I want to change, and
Right, because it's like, exactly, it's a clean slate.
Yeah.
Like the people on that floor didn't know who she was.
didn't know,
They
yeah.
don't have that experience with her yet. I do want to say there's certain someone's watching from Korea right now. Mr. Matthew. Her partner
Hi,
is
Mr.
traveling right now.
Matt.
I'm so glad he popped in. That's so nice. Time change and everything. That's very sweet. So, but yeah, it's true. And that show, so like so there's three main characters. One of them is like super straight-laced accountant Amy, kind of has like all her ducks in a row,
Yes.
right? I feel like I kind of want to be that way. I feel like maybe there's parts of my life that are that way. But then I do like the crazy, like Veronica. Like she's just,
I love her.
like
I
she
like her
marches to the
spunk.
beat of her own drum.
Yeah,
Yes.
She does not. There's no filter. Whatever she's thinking comes out. She's
Yeah,
got
she doesn't
theories,
care.
and she's just like this. I feel like I was Veronica when I was 18.
Got it.
Okay, I did do some stalking with my girlfriends. You know, guys that I was interested in, be like, what's
Yeah.
he doing? What is his life like? What, you know, the mystery.
Yeah.
I kind of changed into my adulthood.
Yeah.
And now I do
Now
relate
you're
to
an Amy?
Amy because, well, I just feel like I'm Amy because, you know, I started my channel. It's still my little baby.
Yeah.
You still feel the pressures
Yeah.
of, you know, am I cool? Am I not? Did I do the right thing? You know, will people watch?
Oh yeah.
And it's still, you know, you're always learning new lessons.
Oh, totally. And that thing with the three of them is they are kind of in different phases of life. So you have Amy, who has the traditional like husband and the child, you know, conservative job as an accountant. Then you have Veronica, who's gone out and decided she didn't have a partner, so she's going to go and have a baby on her own. And she does. I think she does IVF. She
Yeah,
has
which is so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
talks about that. And then there's Kavya, who I think her and her friend decided to have a baby together. Is that kind of the dynamic there? Or am I getting confused?
I thought they just were separate.
They're separated.
Yeah.
Okay, so she has that
They're
dynamic
like
of like
co-parenting.
Exactly.
Which is
And
so
they're
on trend
cool.
right now. Yeah.
yeah, and they're
Yeah.
like friends.
They're
Yeah.
friends. They make it work. You know, I think
Yeah.
they both live in the same building.
Yes.
So that's
That's really convenient, actually.
It
Yeah,
is.
child. So I feel like it sort of talks about the different types of, I don't want to say stereotypes, but like ways that people are having this like motherhood experience, and that there can be a lot of outside pressure to do things the right way. Like there's even a scene with Amy's like mother-in-law that's very much like she's kind of doing everything wrong in motherhood, and I sort of feel that pressure sometimes. Like,
Yes.
so we come from different walks of life in terms of our like family dynamics. Do you guys like? Do you ever feel pressured like? This is what you need to be doing at this point with your partner, and you have to be hitting these milestones in your career. Like, do you ever feel that?
all the time. It's funny that my partner is watching right now. Hi, Matt. So, yeah, I feel like a lot of my audience, because Matt and I have been dating, this June will be 10 years. I know, a decade, and we're not married.
Well done.
I know.
I feel like I got a high five for that.
Thank you. Thank you. So I do sometimes feel like other people want us to get married more than we actually think about it. Like, I have some friends and my audience and stuff, which, like, I know they're coming from a good place, but they're just like, why are you married? I want you to get married so bad, because like that's the journey that they've kind of gone into. And I always tell people it's not that like we don't ever want to get married. It's just we've kind of done things differently. Matt and I did a lot of we lived in Australia for like 2 years. We did a lot of traveling and backpacking, and we've done long distance. And it's just, and even when I met Matt, I was in college at the time. You know, I wasn't thinking marriage or kids or anything.
right.
So even though we've been dating a long time, I think we've done things almost backwards. And
you're busy.
Yeah.
Like you did a career switch. You had like
Yeah.
like you went to normal university and got your degree.
Yeah.
Even when I met you, like you were still like, no, I'm going to work every day. I was like, how are you doing YouTube and this?
Yeah,
every day.
Starting a business, I always
Yeah.
say that like if I didn't have HealthNet in my YouTube business, maybe I'd be more like, I want kids and marriage early on, but because I didn't have that, because I had my business, that like was my baby at the time. And like we still want to have kids and stuff, but we just, like I said, I feel like other people want us to get married more than we do sometimes, and we have to want to be ready to get married, you know?
This is a very
and
good
not
point.
feel the pressure.
Because I feel like once you have your first kid, they're like, well, when's the next one coming? And you're just like, wait, I'm getting used to this new change.
I know.
Or like, Cheryl, you're married.
Yeah.
You got married just last year, 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years
I'm like, I see the
ago.
Instagram pop-ups, beautiful photos, beautiful dress. But I'm sure like you're like, okay, you hit that milestone, and then it's like, when's the next one going to happen? When are you going to buy your house? When are you going to have your kids? Like,
well, it's
like,
interesting that
slow
you
down.
were saying this, and I think it's the pressure of, today's society, we were the same. My husband and I are, celebrating our 10th year anniversary, and we just focused on careers.
Yeah.
And I kind of had to get used to, maybe I'm not going to get married, and accept that, and kind of, be okay with that potential future. And then out of the blue, he popped the question, and I was like, what? Oh, we're getting married? Do we have to buy a house now? Like,
Right.
what's happening? I thought we were just going to live in downtown Toronto in our loft. And so we got married, and obviously everything changes. But now everybody asks me, are you pregnant?
Like you eat a burger that day, and I was
Some
like,
people, they'll just come up and they'll be like, are you pregnant?
Oh.
And I'm like, is it because I'm wearing like this
A
fluffy
fluffy
shirt?
Yeah. They
And
already
so-
expect you to do the next thing.
Exactly. And it's not that I don't want kids. I absolutely want kids. And now I just turned 40. So
Oh,
now it's
nice.
like, you gotta have
clock's
kids.
a ticking.
Like, what's
yeah.
wrong with you?
Although that said, there is so many different dynamics of families now.
Exactly.
Like it doesn't have to be the one way.
Yes.
Like there's so many different setups, and so I find too, being in the parenting game, and I know there's a lot of moms that watch. We talk about this a lot, where it's like you almost have to position your questions in a way that aren't so judgmental. That isn't like putting so much expectation. Whether it's like, you see a mom with a baby, and it's like, are you breastfeeding? Well, that's like a loaded question now. You can't just ask that. It's like, how are things going? Leave it
Yes.
open-ended, just to create conversation.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to like isolate people on their journeys, because just because you didn't choose to do this certain step, does that mean that the journey is any less enjoyable? That it's any less like
Or like,
full
did
of
you
love?
have an epidural? Did you have like all these?
Yes.
It's like, why does it matter? I had a healthy baby.
Yeah,
everything's
all's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And things are constantly changing, and I think that we get the pressure from our family, we get pressure from our friends, and everybody's going to do what's good for them.
Yes.
And I think that's what's great about this show, is that they're like, hey, I'm going to co-parent, I'm going to be a
Yes.
single mom, I'm
I'm gonna
cool
try
with it.
dating. Like
Yes.
the one's trying to get back in the dating scene. Okay, so now speaking of friends, this is obviously like a huge theme in the show. Women, friendship. One of the things I was trying to figure out was like, how are they seeing each other so often? And you had a great point. You were like, what did you tell me? You're
They
like,
live in
like
the same
Veronica.
building.
yeah, they live in the same
Veronica
building.
doesn't live there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
True.
the Walmart guy, I mean,
I know.
I'd be
he's
friends with them.
delivering.
I mean,
so of course
convenient.
him conveniently.
No spoilers, but one of them maybe starts to go on a few dates with the very like hunky Walmart guy. So yeah, I mean but they really do make time to nurture their friendships,
Yes.
Yeah.
to make time for each other. And I feel like whatever phase of life you're in, that is important. Like, what's one way that you find that you're able to like connect with your friends?
So actually one thing, so one of my girlfriend from like elementary, I've been friends with her since like 5th grade. It's always been, we've always had like different times in our life where we see each other all the time, and then like maybe it's like once every couple weeks, and it's always a struggle. I find, as life gets busy, more things are happening to make time for those really close friends of yours. And lately something we've been doing is like Monday night, she comes over, we work out at the gym in my condo, I make dinner for us, and it's just like a really nice date night, and we're revolving around like health. Like there's an activity, we're like working out together, so we're both getting that kind of checked off our list. We're eating like a nice healthy meal, watching a movie, and it's not like we have to go out, spend a bunch of money. We can just like hang out at home. Matt's usually there too. He's
Nice.
part of the
Some
club.
dinner in there.
Yeah,
Why not?
and but that's something that's been nice, because it's been like every week it's something consistently that I know I'm gonna see her on Monday nights.
And it's already incorporated into something you'd already be doing, like making dinner at home, and she gets to just be part of it. I would love to know from you guys watching, like, what is something that you find you prioritize with your friendships, like to get out? Like, I recently did a girls' night, so every like few months, a few of us will all get together. We were going to a restaurant for a while, and then we realized we could also just go to one of her houses and get a lot of food and wine, and it's like we can be even more loud and like have so much more fun, and it's been great. And I find when I don't do it, I feel a little bit like I'm not filling my own cup situation, and like, I don't know, I feel like when I can fill my own cup, then I'm a better mother, I'm a better wife, I'm a better friend. Like it's important. What are some things that you like to do?
You know what? It's hard because now, we used to do girls' night and even started including our spouses and all that. It was like a monthly thing. And now it's at the point, I moved out of town.
Yeah.
So I don't actually get to see them as often.
She left Toronto. This is huge. I feel like my dad lives in Toronto, right? I'm always like, Dad, you got to leave the city. Like, you have to leave the bubble. But it's true, when you're used to like your core and it takes a couple minutes to go see your friends, all of a sudden you got to get out, drive for a bit. It's an adjustment.
Exactly. And now I feel, it's either I have to plan months in advance or it's impromptu. So like, for example, today I'm in Toronto. I'm like, hey girl, want to go for a quick coffee?
Yeah.
I got 10 minutes, and it's cool.
Yeah.
And I feel now I actually leave voicemails.
Oh,
people.
good.
Yeah, because they're like, whoa, she left a voicemail. I can actually hear her voice. I can
Yeah.
feel her excitement. So I'm trying new things every day, you know? I'm trying to just go with the flow.
It's the small things. I
Yeah.
did the same thing the other day. I was telling even my viewers, like, I quickly FaceTimed my friend in Texas. We both have 2 kids. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm like, we got a 6-minute conversation and it was lovely. And I haven't talked to her in ages. So that was like, it's those little things. And don't feel afraid to do that, you know? The show, being on behind the scenes stuff as an extra, as an actor. Actually, over here, Allie Girl says she loves your show. You were her favorite designer on Restaurant Impossible.
Oh,
It's
yay.
exciting.
Thank
You have a
so
fan
much.
out
I
there?
know.
I mean,
Yay.
what's
thank
not to
you.
love? Look at this girl. She's
you
like
jealous?
just like
I'm
a little
sitting next to her.
sunshine.
I love you.
I will say on the set, this is a lot of what happened when there was
Yeah.
no filming.
Just giggling.
I was panicking because I had a couple of things I had to memorize and I was nervous because Veronica, she's hilarious.
Amazing.
When she was doing her scene, I had a little scene where I had to like respond and I had a line. I kept forgetting I had to say something because I was like, she is so funny. And I was watching it and I'm like, she's not
And
performing
they
for
nail
me.
it. Like they
Oh,
nail
yeah.
their lines. They're like on it.
And I forgot and I instantly fell into like complete body sweats and I was just like, I'm sorry. And they're like, it's totally fine. Like, we know this is not what you do every day. And I was pretty like thrilled that they thought that. But yeah, how was it? Long day? Was it a
Long day. I love being on set.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so
I like
much
thrive
fun.
off that, like stepping
Yeah.
around people and
I just don't like lines. So I'm glad that you had the lines.
Oh.
Funny enough, because I can do this. That's not a problem. But
It's
when
a little bit
lines,
stressful.
We had one line for 2 seconds. I don't think it made it.
What's
we
our line?
practiced it. Go
Let's
do it.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Caveat hi. But we were
I
trying to do it in
mean,
sync and it didn't
make
work.
it. It didn't make it.
I know.
Nailed it.
I know.
But it was fun because what we do at home with our own cameras, like, I mean, I know you guys tend to work with crews of people and you have people helping you, but like a
Yeah.
lot of times it's just me.
Yeah.
Even today, everyone's like, I'm sorry if it's going to be loud. I'm like, I usually have a 3-year-old on my head. He's 4 now. But I mean, this is nice, you know? But
Yeah.
it's interesting when you're in your own space, you really get into your element. But the second you're like on set, people would assume it's just a quick switch. But you're like,
oh,
hold
you're
on.
on camera all the time. You're
Yeah.
like, not with 20 people staring at me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
staring at you too. I'm like, oh Lord. But it was fun. It was
was so
exciting
much
to do
fun.
something different. And I love that the show actually incorporated us as like a YouTuber. Like I was a YouTube mom
Yeah.
in the show playing
Yeah.
myself. What? Like how does that even happen? That was so
I know.
cool.
I
You were
really
so
like
awesome.
that. Yeah.
It was pretty
You
cool.
did a great job, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. I was like, go Amanda.
I'm so nervous, but it was so fun. And then speaking of YouTube life, like that element obviously is in the show where Amy starts, she picks up a camera and she's trying to be a YouTuber. She says she's a YouTuber and you see her kind of developing this character as she goes. You know, do you find that you do that? Like thinking of the content you create and what you're offering your audience, do you find that you're like, if you're vlogging, are you creating content for the channel or are you just like picking up the camera and this is your regular life? Like how do you balance that?
Well, it's funny you say that. I am so used to making content, right?
Right.
Whether it's for magazines or for TV. So I'm kind of the opposite. I wish I would be able to vlog more and just pick up a camera. But my mind always goes to what is that end product and what's it going to look like? So I think that everyone who does YouTube probably struggles with that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, how do you find that happy balance? Because for me, it's the beautiful, you know, flower arrangement. But it's like, but I want to just be me. And that's what I love about YouTube. You know, if I make a mistake, I'm going to put that in. If I have a little joke or a funny moment, I'm going to stick that in. It's
And
not
I
that-
like that so we did a few videos over the winter holidays and you still kept those bits of yourself in there, like being
Yeah.
silly in the store, and I thought that was so cute because that's what sets
it
you
relatable,
apart.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what your audience wants to see because they're watching you. And I often find when people come, it's like, yeah, they might end up on your channel because they found a recipe they loved,
Yes.
but then they're going to stay because you're somehow impacting them, right? I like it.
And like for me so we started vlogging a few months ago, and what was really important for me was to set the stage of like, you know, it's like our life first, then the vlog. Like we're vlogging our life. We're not like living our
for the
life.
vlog.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So that was really important to me. So like when people are like, how do you choose what to vlog? It's not, I don't go, okay, today I'm vlogging, now we gotta do really cool stuff. I'm like, oh, you know what, this weekend we're doing a road trip, blah, blah, blah. Let's vlog that, you know? So I don't feel a pressure I just don't allow myself to feel a pressure to like live a certain way so I can vlog it. Sometimes like today I'm vlogging. I mean,
Yeah.
this is exciting, but like sometimes I'm vlogging and it's just like do nothing casual Sunday. And people love that. People relate to it because not every day is doing live streams with these ladies.
Right. But then in the same vein, like when you are creating content specifically for like a recipe or a DIY, you know, I find as you get more organized, because like, you know, doing this for a little while, you start to realize, oh, what season is coming? Like what are people going to be interested in at this time of year? Maybe salads are a big deal. So like how do we jazz that up for for the spring and what are people's habits exactly. And then I find having little kids, like I wish I could have it sometimes, like be more, TV picture perfect. But the reality is, if I waited for that, like a video would never happen.
You wouldn't.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't be doing your channel.
And so now I'm like, stop apologizing for what my thing is. People are staying and they're wanting to participate, even though it changes. And I think you're right. It's like when you're doing something exciting, yeah, pick up the camera that day. But I can't say that I'm going to plan this for the weekend because that's going to be a clickbaity title or something
And
weird.
we're constantly putting out so much content.
Yeah.
There's just, even like with the recipe planning, like I will plan like content like for the next couple months of ideas what I have. I switch it out last minute all the time. Nobody knows that things aren't planned to the T and all that because they only see the final product, the finished product. And so I think it doesn't really matter if like you're indecisive and changing things last minute. It's kind of like the fun of it.
Oh, exactly.
You know?
I can totally relate to that. That's just basically my life. You know what I mean? I plan, and something always happens because if my life is just me and, I forget sometimes. I'm like, I do have a husband.
Yeah.
They're like, what are you doing? You're filming? We need to go out. I'm like, okay, camera off. And then you just change plan and somehow, some way, you get a nice video
Some
on
cohesive
YouTube.
video. Yeah.
Somehow.
Even this morning I was talking on Facebook and I was saying that like there's such a blurred line, especially being like in the lifestyle parenting genre, blurred lines of like work and then real life. Because I'm like, well, I am documenting this element of life. But then when do I stop working? So it's definitely like a dynamic, I think, that impacts every YouTuber of every genre every day. Because it's like,
It's hard finding that balance.
it is. That's like a mystical word.
And just when I feel like I have it, I'm starting to have it, like a new project comes on, which I'm so grateful about. But it's like, oh, right,
Gone.
start from scratch. Yep. Late nights, working till 11.
I went to bed at 11 something last night. I don't know if I fell asleep, but that's like never happens. I was
wow.
so organized for one day.
Is that early for you?
Oh yeah. Real early.
Really?
Oh.
I mean, I went to bed at 2
at
a.m.
10.
But I was watching Netflix and I was, Matt's away. I had a movie night and I was like, oh my God, I gotta go to bed. I got a live stream tomorrow morning.
Exactly.
Oh my
Gosh. Well, I think that we were able to cover all we wanted to talk about today. So for those that are new popping in, a big thanks to Walmart Canada and Interact for sponsoring today's video. It's been such a fun collaboration.
Yes.
Being part
I
of
loved it. Yeah, it's
we
been
had
so
a
fun.
blast.
And today is the very last episode of Upstairs Amy. So cliffhanger, first of all, you find out what's going on. I won't tell you because I see some notes like they haven't watched it yet. So you finally get resolution, but then they leave you on another cliffhanger and I'm just like,
Why are you doing this to me?
Why?
why?
Yeah,
Why
why?
gotta do this? Bring it back. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being a part of my
you.
live stream.
Yeah.
I'm gonna link their channels below. I will link the Upstairs Amy. Which way do I gotta point? Over here, over there.
Somewhere.
One of those areas. You can watch it in the cards. And that's it, guys. I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.